Hi, my name Johnny Miles. It's like Go Johnny Go in Detroit. I ran for city council when I think I was 25 when I started campaigning, and I used Go Johnny Go. Evidently, Go Johnny Go was more popular than I ever known about it, cause all them celebrities was knowing me in Atlanta, and I'm like, well, how do these people know me? But sometimes I think about politics because I was studied to be a politician. I wanted to change the situation where black men was killing each other all over Detroit. It was a terrible growing up, man, with these people murdering you. If you ain't got nobody, it make you turn into hanging out with niggas, killing niggas, being by yourself, trying to hunt niggas. Then you got niggas that scoping niggas. It was crazy, man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can't imagine what standing next to somebody and he getting hit from across the street in back of some houses with a telescope, somebody scoping him down, and how many military trained niggas was in the city of Detroit, um, coming from Nam and then the next generation and the next generation. So it's been 50 years of brutal murders in Detroit, and they nasty, they terrible. And then a white cop, they got the worst horrific murder crime of all in America in Detroit, a city 90% black, with five or six or seven white guys beat somebody to death in the middle of the street with a flashlight while the black sergeant stood there, or the black guy stood there. I didn't come to talk about this. I came to talk about, Trump and Ukraine, his policy on Ukraine. Now, I would notice something like that. Like I said, I'm a political science student, and I went to school. I started working for politicians, just seeing what it's like. And one of the classes I took, Obama was sitting next to me. And when I think about the class setting, because it was only like three, four people would come to this class. It's a senator class. It's boring to most people, politics. So they're not gonna come. They're not gonna be trying to join into the senator's class to hear about politics. Um, but one of the guys was Obama that's sitting next to me. But I'll be thinking it's a fair situation hookup because it was one guy he always sat facing me and Obama and the classroom and the teacher. So he would be faced. So now that I know that was probably a security guard or agent or federal agent. But I didn't know that back then. But I'll be thinking about it since I'm writing this movie called Shit in the White House, about my life and the politicians that I have met from the White House. Um, it's shit in the White House. Yeah, it's good. It's my life story. But he talked about this Ukrainian war, and no, I don't. This not facts, but I heard Biden's making his kid over there with these weapons. They making goo gobs of money while they talk about Trump and his involvement in Russia. We see where the real money going. All you gotta do is track the money. It tell on itself all the time. But I would have opposed the war if I was if he already invaded the nation. I know it's a bunch of Ukrainian people. I mean Russian people in Ukraine because it was once Russia. So it's a bunch of it. I would have tried to split the nation up, take different parts where there's a lot of Russia, control the waterway, and come up with an agreement about the waterways, because the water is becoming more and more important in the world today with what took place with the Euphrates. But look, I would have worked for peace as the president of the United States. I'm not running for president, but I might be involved a little more in this election. Um, do I know Trump? I don't know Trump. To me, he a ET because I could telepathically sense him when I was young, when he was around. I couldn't figure out where he. Well, it took me a long time to figure out he was at the boatyard in the boathouse. I didn't know he had a house here, so I don't got no tangible connection to him myself through Facebook, me posting stuff back and forth and messing with him while he was in the presidency with my political jokes. But oh, I messed with him real hard. And this sense that I got, he got this same sense. I don't know what it is, but he had Tesla papers, and they still are my books. When my books come up missing. So I stopped doing it, and I started using my brain more and trying to house stuff. Like I do game shows and music. What's that little girl name? Um, Not Cardi B. Well, I got a game show for Cardi B too, the Red Party, a convention. But the other girl, Nicki Minaj, I had a game show for her at Orchestra Hall on Woodward. It's a historic opera house. But I can't remember the game show. I keep thinking I could see her doing it. I could see the inside of the orchestra hall. I keep all this shit in my brain. And I forgot the fucking show. And I wanted to do it on Facebook so she'd know. And all the people like Game and what's that other guy out there in California? Oh, Exhibit, because he probably was, his first few years was in Detroit, Exhibit. And them the Motown show or Diddy trying to sell it, pitch it to Diddy. But I'm gonna pitch it to everybody. You see Barry Gordy just died, bro. We got to do this show for the Motown people, bro. My music, this ain't about my music. Bang, bang, bang. This ain't me. But I'm gonna put some of mine in there, just a little bit of songs, and help the artists with the Motown sound and the current sounds. But the show I had to get a format one day, and that ain't what I come to do today. I came to talk about Ukraine and my policy on Ukraine. I'm going into this thing and some of these questions as if I was a presidential candidate as a member of the media. So I'll be doing media pieces on this presidential election. I'm just doing it because it's fun and it's easy. I could just pick up the phone and do it. Because I'm trying to create a podcast. I see these people got some good podcasts. And I know a lot of the politicians and a lot of the people in the what they call it, the music industry and what the movie industry, Tinseltown, Hollywood, and Atlanta. So I know a lot of these people, and I'm just gonna share, just being myself. You know, people nowadays they afraid to be themselves. As I'm suing Tyler Perry and the O Network. I see this how you do it. You start out with them two big guilty dogs, and then you add the rest of these people who've been up in my face. Um, a bunch of them bullshit. So I get to show y'all a different side of who they really is. They want to mess with me. If you ain't been messing with me and up in my face, cool. But if you've been up in my face and fucking with me at any capacity, you will be on the lawsuit. It's for trying to destroy my character. My character's so strong. This is the strongest part of me. What I will do and won't do. So I ain't really like a nigga finna fall off into that trap and that trap. I've been in the streets a long time, but I'm a different type of street dude. I ain't the type that you see every day. I was in college by the 22, and I worked for Stars before then in a club, and I always sold dope weed and other stuff, other narcotics. So if I take the job with the Grim Reaper down up there on Mac, yeah, I take the job, nigga, for the low. Cause I'm gonna be in there with some weed, with some pills, with some, not pills, but I'm gonna be in there with some weed, some heroin. I'm gonna be buying niggas gold and selling it. Man, I run a whole business with your business, but his business was so booming. Shit, nigga. I ain't had time to do all that. That shit was fast, and I got the rage fast. They started giving me more. But I let him down because I went back to school. He wanted me to hold the fort down. I could have held the fort down if I wanted to, if I put a step foot forward. I mean, we had a little crew, and he was gonna hook me up with some more guys. But back in them days in drugs, they was calling the police on each other, bombing each other houses. They was doing shit to each other, fucked up ass shit. While they just like the white man. They just like politicians. Him and these motherfuckers just sit around, yeah, man, playing big baller, pulling their cards. Hell yeah. mm-hmm. Knowing that nigga joint over there, he trying to slow them 6 keys down, stop them niggas from moving they shit so our shit could boom, put me in the middle of shit. Nigga, man, look, bro, the drug game is crazy. So yeah, it's just like politics. So really, that's how I see it.